Alright guys, for the final time, it is time to rank all Cobra Kai seasons from the worst to the best. Now, full disclosure, I don't believe there is a bad season of this show to date. I just personally feel like there are least favorites and favorites. So rounding up the list, I previously thought about ranking season 6 into 3 separate individual seasons, but then I thought 5 episodes isn't really a full season, so we're going to treat season 6 as one season. And as one season, well, part 1 and part 2 do leave some to be desired. I will be honest with you guys, and that as an overall season, I like season 6 a lot more than other people do. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But first, let's get through the worst seasons, or my least favorite. So rounding out number 6 on our list. Now, a lot of people might not have this opinion, but I personally do not care for season 2 of Cobra Kai. It's great that we got the school fight, but Robbie and that Lord Farquaad hair, I cannot even, bro. I cannot with that hair, man. I'm sorry. It just did not work for me, and it was weird. And then another thing about season 2 is, look, I know that the season was focused on the teens more than the adults, but man, that teen drama just gosh, I couldn't, man. It was like an episode of 16. I couldn't do it. Like, it just didn't work for me, because the whole she didn't love you, she loves me, the whole you didn't break, you thought I broke your heart, I broke yours too, like, or you broke mine too. That is just too much, man. I'm coming for you, bitch. Like, it just, I get that the teens and YouTube Red said that was what we were focusing on, but that was not. If you go and look where these characters go in the later seasons, I don't even recognize those characters anymore. They've gone on such more amazing quests as time went on. So that's why season 2 is at number 6. The teen drama boggles it down for me just way too much. I spent a lot of time talking about my disdain with season 6, or not season 6, season 2. So I definitely feel I'm validated in that opinion. Now, coming in at number 5 on the list. Now this might shock some people. I feel like season 4 is my second least favorite season. It's a good season. It's not a bad season. They gave us Terry Silver. Chosen came in as a cameo. But I just don't feel like, from Hawk having his hair cut off to the fact that, you know, season 6 proved to us that Hawk's All Valley win counted for nothing. They did a brilliant job setting up Hawk's arc in this season and seeing him come back to his roots, and I missed the purple hair, but we already had an All Valley in season 1, and with the whole season being centered around the Valley in season 4, well, we did get some great training sequences between Johnny and Daniel. This season just kind of felt not that important. From Johnny and Daniel's rematch point fight, you know, it just, I don't know, there was no main threat. We had a cool fight with Silver and Johnny, which is at the end of my outro at each video, but I just didn't feel that this season was as important as it should have been. It felt like we had cool fights in the All Valley, but now that we've seen the second Tiger, I just kind of didn't feel like, you know, we had a cheated win, so Tori didn't get hers. Sam and Tori had a good fight, but it was cheated. Robbie versus Eli was cool. We got a little bit of dark side Robbie, but not really a lot. I would have liked to see Robbie dip his toes a little bit more into the dark side. Miguel not wanting his win and wanting to run out to Mexico just kind of felt a little weird for me. Silver's importance to the season was great, but then him and Kreese, you know, becoming enemies, it just kind of all fell apart. And like, it's a good season, it's got good writing. Silver started going off on his own dark in the end, but I wish this season had more adult presence. And there's a little bit more, too much memes and jokes in this season. When they introduced Kenny at first, it's kind of weird. He's a great character, but the bullying we kind of reached a point with the bullying where I just think it was too repetitive. and so I just wasn't in love with it as much. I do like season 4 still. I just feel it's one of the weaker seasons. And then coming in at number 4 on our list, this was a conclusion I drew to that was probably going to surprise a lot of people. I've done some highlighting thoughts, and this is what I personally validate. I want to say, to be completely honest, I'm throwing a curveball here. I'm going to put season 6 at number 4. It would be a lot higher, but here's the thing. Part 1 wasn't very good. Part 2 was better. Like, yours was good. His was better, right? Part 2 is better, but still suffered from some issues with Dimitri and Hawk. You know, some of the other characters, the Johnny and Daniel bickering. But Part 3 brought it home, endgame style, beautifully, which is why it's at the number 4 spot. There's so many amazing moments, amazing acting in Part 3, which is why the only reason it gets to be this high on the list at number 4 is because of Part 3. Part 3 elevates it, and Part 3 puts it here. But, that being said, our top 3 seasons are seasons that I absolutely think are the best seasons of the show, and I will never have any issues with. Coming in at number 3, I had to give it to season 1. This is the season that started everything, and Part 3 reminded me about how amazing these season 1 callbacks are. Season 1 is a beautiful season of seeing where Johnny was at his lowest point, seeing him teach Miguel. So many of these amazing callbacks and amazing moments of OG Cobra Kai was beautiful. And I love the journey we started in season 1. If it wasn't for season 1, I wouldn't be as invested in the show as I am today. And I really love that we owe that to the beautiful season 1. Coming in at number 2 on the list, a fan favorite season, season 3. Season 3 gave us Chosen back to the story. We got to see Allie. It was a beautiful season. Not to mention it had one of the darkest tones and balanced narrative. Sam was great in season 3. We got to see her deal with her depression and deal with her fear of Tori. And also, amazing prison arc for Robbie. And amazing arcade fights. Like, great choreographed fights in this part. Just beautiful. And then, of course, we got the final most obvious choice. We got to see Johnny and Daniel team up to go up against Kreese. And it was a beautiful Star Wars moment. Great fight scenes, great storytelling. Season 3 is definitely my second favorite season. But now, you're probably wondering if season 3 is the runner-up. What is your number 1 favorite season? Well, like I said, this ranking hasn't changed from my previous ranking. I'm putting season 5 as my number 1 season still. Well, the Kenny stuff with the silver bullet is a little nerve-wracking and a little annoying because Hawk got nerfed. There's too much to love about season 5. From the Mexico storyline to Chosen and Johnny's bonding, Daniel having 2 amazing face-offs with Silver, and Silver being a great villain in season 5, and Chosen being an incredible, both balanced fighter and hilarious in season 5. The return of Mike Barnes, the rivalry between Robbie and Miguel finally being squashed, and they accept each other as brothers. It was a beautiful, beautiful season. I love so much about season 5. The fights, Johnny versus the senseis, everything about season 5. So anyway, guys, remember, my list isn't the right list. It's just my list. Drop your list in the comments below. I'm dying to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. And remember, Cobra Kai never dies. Have a great day.